Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for July 16th. Let's jump right into our charts and take a technical look at today's market action. First up, we got our August live cattle on the board. Today, quick note here, today will be the last day covering this August contract. We are seeing volume overtake August here on this October contract, trading 25,000 lots today. This will be the new front month going into next week. But to finish out our week here currently, we are just going to focus on August, but we will be looking at October going into next week. So keep that in mind, as that will be the new front month contract going forward. August live contract continued to see some more downside today. Selling pressure all day long, trading as low as 226 at one point. Sellers are in control here ever since we gave up 234 early this week. Once we gave up those range lows, the sellers just took this thing over and continue to see this market push down into the 220s. At the moment, the momentum favors the bears here. The sellers should keep on pushing into tomorrow's session. Look for those bears to keep driving this market lower here into the weekend. Continue to be defensive here. Be cautious. This market is opening up some more downside, getting into downtrend territory here. So look for the sellers to remain in control here in the near term. Just gonna have to wait and see how this market reacts here for the last trading day of the week. But so far, these bears have been relentless over the last about month or so here, and we should see them continue to push lower here as we head into next week. Next up, August feeders on the board. We are also seeing this the volume roll out of this August contract and over into September. We do have pretty equal volume here so far, but that September contract will be the new front month as we go into next week. So today will be the last time covering August. This August feeder contract did open up and see some quick downside today, trading as low as 343.60. This market finishing below those prior day lows. Sellers breaking down below these range lows at 350 to 352 early this week. At the moment, this market continues to flush lower, technically speaking. Both feeder and live prices are expected to keep on drifting lower here while the sellers are in control. We continue to see good traction down here below these major averages, so not much of a response here in the places that we would have expected it so far this week. Look for the sellers to remain in control as we head into the weekend. I'll have to wait and see what kind of action we get to close out the week, but so far looking like we got downtrend territory here for both these markets, and technically speaking, we should see these markets continue to push lower into next week. Next up, we got our December corn futures on the board. Today we just saw a little bit of a reversal action, just seeing some pretty choppy back and forth action all week here. This market did trade up there towards 474 and a quarter, but got a good rejection down here, finishing back below that 200-day moving average. At the moment, we're not really expecting any major directional moves. We continue to see this choppy back and forth action here between about 450 and 475. In the near term, expect to see that action continue. This corn market has been pretty comfortable here, right around $4.50. Not really expecting that to change. Look for this choppy action continue here, and see this market continue to churn back and forth across these major averages. Next up, crude prices continuing to stabilize here right around $80. This market has run into some selling pressure here in the last couple of days. This market failing to get much traction back above this 50 or 200-day moving average. Lots of supply overhead here. Still a lot of sellers in this market. We have just seen a nice little oversold bounce here over the last week or two in this crude market after we pushed all the way back down into the 60s after all this mess we saw. A little bit of a boost from the news here, but as anticipated, we are seeing those sellers step back into this market. Look for them to continue to try and slow this thing down. If we do get some offers down here below these prior couple days lows, we should see these crude prices continue to drift back down here towards $70. Got a nice little downtrend shaping up here, and we should see these sellers continue to bleed this crude market lower. And next up, equity markets, seeing some more downside here today. The Nasdaq was the weakest of the bunch as it did flush all the way below that 50-day average. The S&P just kind of hanging steady here in this choppy range between about 75 and 76. The Dow, just kind of hanging steady here above that rising 20-day moving average still seeing good relative strength in these names. We are still seeing kind of mixed results here. Some of these names getting rejected today, but Apple continuing to push into some new all-time highs. Microsoft still trying to hang on to these averages. We are seeing some traction here from some of these names, but still a pretty mixed bag at the moment. We expect to see this choppy action here across these indexes continue. We need to see more support in these mega cap names, get these big pieces of the puzzle to finally get some traction here, see see those bulls try and get some momentum to the upside once we can get a nice strong close here back above these the 7630 area on this S&P, and see some of these mega cap names get back above these monthly highs. We should see this market kick back into gear and continue with this uptrend. But so far we are just expecting to see this market continue to turn around in this area while these all these mega cap names create some better bases here, offer a little bit more structure. So just going to take a little time here for this to sort itself out, but not expecting any major downside here in the near term. At worst, expecting to see just more choppy action like we've seen on the S&P and the NASDAQ here over the last couple of months. Expect to see this sticky action continue until we can get some better traction and better structure from some of these mega cap names. But we should see this market try and find its footing here before this summer is up, and see these prices continue to push up towards those all-time highs. That's all we got for this week. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will catch you over the weekend for our Market Watch video over the weekend. Thank you and have a good night.